Hata hiyo kwanza
tulia, endelea saa 6.
Struggle. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it.
We're happy to be here.
I appreciate it.
And we hope that we can learn,
yes,
but at the same time that we can also impart.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
This is the first time we're having such kind of a sit down after you came from the US.
Yes.
I am jealous of you.
Yes.
In a good way.
Uh-huh.
Because you were literally in the heart of entertainment.
Yes.
Capital of the whole world.
Yes.
And you were literally seeing things unfold in the meeting the who's and who's.
Yeah.
And maybe just what was your most memorable moment when you were living in Los Angeles?
Well, memorable is relative. But I think for me, just the realization that Kenya iko mbali sana was actually a wow moment for me.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm very, very serious.
Well, that's Hollywood. We don't even have an industry ourselves.
So remember, Hollywood is not necessarily a place. It's a location, but it's not necessarily what you see on the street. You know, it's what has been built over time.
All right.
But in terms of humanity, people, I think when I met Oprah,
whoa,
the realization that she's actually very old.
Why would you even say that?
Yeah, because when I met her, you know, I was carrying this whole impression of the Oprah Winfrey show and everything. She's old.
So you met Oprah?
I met Oprah. I met lots of people.
And you was it on at the screen? I'm at seated down kind of a basis.
No. What happened is that I was invited to one of the exclusive clubs in LA, and I mean a members club. And when I got there, it was a launch of a book by a guy called Stedman. Now, if you know that Stedman is Oprah's partner.
Yes.
They don't call him husband, they call him partner.
No.
And when I got there, I remember that after a while they told us, if you have a phone, we request you put it in your bag. Don't bring it out. And they said for the next few minutes, please don't use your phone. So I was like, okay, maybe they just want us to pay attention and everything. So we put our phone in, and then all of a sudden someone walks in.
Oprah Winfrey.
And she comes to every table and she says, thank you for coming. And it works out well.
How did it feel for you?
Well, it was nostalgic because it's somebody who you've watched on TV, and she's a bigger than life person.
Yes.
You know, and she carries a bigger than life persona. And if you understand that she's doing quite a number of things all over the world, in South Africa, you remember the girls' school, and everything else. And she's into production now and doing a lot of stuff. And I think sometimes when you meet greatness, you have to recognize that this is greatness. And I say this with a lot of humility. Many guys would meet me and not recognize that, oh, probably this guy knows Ofweneke. He can actually put me on TV, exactly. You know? So many times you can be in the presence of greatness, but have no idea
how to behave
or how to tap into greatness.
Come on.
So what happened is after the event, they invited us for lunch, and I went and sat in a table with her, Stedman, and another guy. And we're talking, and I remember she asked me, what do you guys want in here? And I had an option of telling her, oh, please help me, I want to run away from Kenya. Oh, we are suffering, my family is suffering. I've always wanted to live in America for the rest of my life and everything. But I chose not to go that direction. In life, you must always invest in things that people can never take away from you.
Invest in things that people can never take away from you.
Invest in relationships.
That's deep.
So I told her, I want you guys to be my friends. She said, no, we are your friends, but what is in it for you? I said, if you're my friend, because in my mind I'm thinking, if Oprah is my friend, I'm able to pick up my call and call her.
The association already is powerful enough to push.
That's enough. Because if you ask for 10,000 and I give you 10,000, I've already paid for what we have right now. So I'll take something from you that you can't pay, but I'll also give you something that you can't pay for.
Oh, those are wisdoms dropping up right there. This is somebody who has met Oprah. Thank God that you've met me. There's hope. There's hope. So you and all that time when, and I think there's a day I even asked you, what is that one thing that we need to do as an industry that you studied around Los Angeles and of course Hollywood to be specific, that you need probably think we really need to improve on as an entertainment, a creative space as a whole in Kenya? What is it that we really need to do?
So number one, I think the first thing that we need to do as an industry is get organized.
We are disorganized.
We are very, very disorganized. We are fragmented. So everybody is doing their own things in their own space.
Okay.
But so you see they're organized into guilds and associations. And let me revisit a very interesting story. A couple of years ago, we wrote a proposal to the government to give us money to give the artists during COVID. Now, the president announced and said we're giving 100 million. So everybody who was around that time, unfortunately, was calculating the 100 million according to themselves. So I'm saying, someone called me and told me, Ted, just give me my 200,000. But I was like, okay.
What quantifies?
And first of all, we don't have a definition in Kenya for what a creative is, because it was meant to be given to artists. So who is an artist?
Who is an artist, sir?
So let's imagine we use what MCSK told us. They told us they had 15,000 members. Do you have your phone? I want you to calculate how much is 15,000.
Just give me my phone.
15,000 divided by 100. And maybe remove 20% admin fees. So you have 80 million.
Let me just do that, Michael, so we get to understand that. So 15,000.
So yeah, divided by 80 million divided by 15,000.
80 million.
Yeah.
There we go, divide by 15,000.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
So
5,000.
So if we decided to give only the guys in the MCSK database, everybody should have gotten 5,000. Now, remember it was money for artists. So you haven't put comedians in there. You haven't put DJs. You haven't put actors for the theater. So let's say we're 30,000. Divide it again. Let's see how much money everybody was.
Oh my God, it should be even more shameless.
You were 2.5.
Oh my God. Divide by 30,000.
Yes.
2,666.
So the problem comes in where somebody who is our biggest artist, Bien, says, I cannot be paid the same as everybody.
Yes.
So it means some guys will have gotten more, some guys less. Some guys are G, some guys. So because we are so fragmented, there was no science which was used to determine the 100 million. Whoa. So what do we need? We need to go to a place whereby we'll have a database that if you're a comedian, then you are in a guild, an association of comedians. So now when we do our calculation, we'll say comedians are 3,000. Nyatiti players, traditional instrumentalists are 14,000. Choirs are 20,000.
Oh.
Because you haven't put choirs.
Jeka choir.
And it's kwanza tukianza na za SDA. Those are like 20 of them in one band.
Now, what happened is when we went around the country to give the money and wanted to record the people who received the money, in Nakuru, a family appeared. Amze carrying a guitar, the wife, the house girl, and 3 kids. And they said, we have a song on COVID.
So we are artists.
We are artists.
Give us.
Because there's no definition. Anybody in this country is an artist. Now, you haven't put sculptors. So we went to Kisii, we found sculptors. We are also artists.
Wow. I have never looked at it in this way.
So it became a problem because now everybody started saying we didn't get. That money was not enough.
100 million.
It was not enough. It looks big if you think about it yourself. But it was not enough.
My God. What wajikaze tuwajenge wa build brand?
So number one, organization. I wish we get to a place whereby all the associations and guilds organize themselves. So it is the responsibility of the Sculptors Association or comedians to make sure all comedians
are within one.
Yes. And the rule is, kama hauko kwa hiyo association, you can't get any help. Because now we must force people into groupings. Why? Because if, let's say, for example, right now, we will have been the biggest beneficiaries of the government program called SHA. How? We simply tell the government, we have 200,000 members, give us a special rate, they tell us, okay, pay 300 shillings, and then we force everybody to pay 300 bob. We can even go and tell Coca-Cola or whoever, pay for everybody 300 shillings and all these guys will make for you content. But you're sure you're covered by SHA. But we don't have any science. There's no organization. So what happens is, those guys speak there, those guys speak there, those guys speak there. So how does the industry speak in one voice? That's one. Number two, if an opportunity arises, how do we give the opportunity to the right people? And that's why you'll hear in Kenya, oh, so-and-so was here. Nobody knows where this person is because they don't know who to talk to or who to meet. All these celebrities come here and they say that they would like to do collabos with Kenyans.
But who do we talk to?
So all I'll do is I call, hey, Ofu, where are you? Come, I have something for you. Because I don't know where the other guys are. And you know what we say in marketing? Having a good product, like a tracker or a study plan, having a good product and not telling people about it is like winking at a beautiful lady in a dark room. You know what you're doing, she does not know even if she's interested. And I think that's the problem. As an industry, we're just winking in a dark room.
In a dark.
We have a good product, we're amazing, we have everything, but we're just winking in the dark, winking in the dark.
But even coming back home, Balozi, we are literally struggling to even sustain the genres of music that even come up. We made so much noise about Gengeton, then Abaton followed, and right now, clearly, it seems like we don't know even the kind of music we listen to. And we're very quick at encouraging, enticing, celebrating, and even paying much more to Nigerians and Tanzanians, and even South Africans when they come here. Is it because are we just builders of other people's brands and cannot build our own?
I say that Kenya...
Because you've been around for 1,000 years for you to know.
Actually, not 1,000. 1,002. But anyway,
1,000. Yes, sir.
I think the first thing I want to say is, I think Kenya is a child who the father gave them a Ferrari before they knew how to drive.
Come on. Ooh. By the way.
So our taste is very expensive, and our taste is global. That's why Kenya is unique. You know some of these things you guys complain about here, other countries cannot even dare. Look at our mobile phone penetration at about 70%. Look at our mobile wallet penetration at about 90%. Sure. Our tech level, our interaction with the international world. And that's why very many BPOs are opening up in Kenya. Why? Because even our assimilation of the English language.
Quick.
It's very fast.
Somebody told me, I was in Atlanta some days back, and somebody told me, the thing about Kenya is that we actually don't have an accent.
Yeah. So we actually have an accent. I can tell your accent.
Because it's not an accent.
No. I can
because we literally don't have an accent.
I can tell your accent.
Muluje.
Let me tell you something. We pronounce some words, we hit them. Like the T, we hit it out. So you know it's water, but we water.
It's water.
Yeah, it's W-A-T-A, you know? We say bata. And I'll tell you a story how, so I walk into LA, and we've gone to this shop to buy some groceries, and I'm looking for this product. So I tell this guy at the counter, I'm looking for this thing. He tells me we don't have it. I go like, come on, how can a shop like this not have this thing? I'm sure you guys have it. And the guy tells me we don't have that thing you're asking for. As I'm there, someone walks in and they see my bangles. They ask, oh, you're in Kenya? I say, yeah, I'm in Kenya. He tells me, okay. I tell him I'm looking for this thing. He tells me, just go to the back of the shop there, you'll find it. So I walk in there and I get this thing. And I come back and I want to pull the race truck and I throw it on the table. I go like, what's this? You told me you don't have it. He told me, you asked for butter. We sell butter. That is butter.
How many people was asking for water?
So I think for me is we are a very good country at assimilation. Now let me go to the international world. Because Kenyans have been in that space for very long, we appreciate and consume a lot of content from outside. That's why we watch even Indian movies, we watch Nigerian movies, we watch American movies, we watch South Korean pop, K-pop movies. We watch even South African movies.
Yes.
Because Kenyans are very, very widely
knowledgeable.
Yes, with very many things. So that's one. Let me talk about the genres of music. I believe that every generation has to create its own genre.
Okay.
That's why it's very hard for these guys to take up rumba. Now, people like Bien and Kodong Clan and
Savara, Matata.
yeah, Savara, and all these guys are coming up now with genres which we're trying to adopt as our own. But remember, Kenya has 47 tribes, if not 52. All the tribes are strong in their own area. Now, what is the difference between Kenya and Tanzania?
Because Tanzania has more tribes, I think. I should think.
Yeah. But what is their common language?
Swahili.
Swahili. So all of them converge at Swahili. So they're able to assimilate in their tribes, but come to this one tribe called Swahili. And then they're able now to operate around there because their music is predominant in Swahili. But you see, ours, before you do Mogithi, we do your Isukuti on one side, you do your marimba from Mombasa, and it's being sung in that language, then it becomes hard for us to come back and say, okay, this is our type. Although with globalization, I see a lot of us adopting different things. I mean, I was there for Ngemi. Not that I'm a Kikuyu, but I was there and I danced those songs. I was there for Isukuti, danced those songs. I went for Kitwek Night, danced that song. I went for Masai Night, danced. I don't care, because right now we're going to globalization whereby we're able to listen to everything.
And now we're actually seeing intercollaborations between tribes. I mean, there's Prince Inda and Samido did that song. So I'm also seeing a lot of culture. I actually, if I check on some of the guys who attended Isukuti on Sunday, I'm actually finding Kikuyu, I'm actually seeing Kikuyu names on the database. I'm seeing Luo names on the database. I'm seeing Kalenjin names on the database. So, and probably you're right, there's that integration, but how long will it take?
I think it will still take time. And I think as a country, we still need to be patient with ourselves. Let's not be too hard on ourselves as a country. Let's be patient and let's say that it will take us time for us to develop all these things. A couple of years ago, we tried to do something called Dress of Kenya. And again, it became a problem because these are 47 different tribes. In my tribe, women don't wear, let me just give an example. Women don't wear cowrie shells. But here is a woman from a different tribe wearing a cowrie shell. You know very well in the Maasai tribe, women are not allowed to carry the stick, the walking stick.
Yes.
But maybe in a different tribe, the women carry the stick. So already there's a clash of culture and the things that we actually respect. It's the same way in the Kikuyu culture. The kidneys, I think, are eaten by the women. But come to the Luyas.
The gizzard, it belongs to the man of the
yes,
house.
you know. So there are all these things that you look at and you say that what we have in Kenya is a big melting pot where different cultures, different opinions, different everything are all poured in. And don't forget, we have a very bustling youth population who are more global than local. So even the things we are consuming are very international. I remember a couple of years ago, I helped some guys bring a group from London called NSG. I never knew who NSG were.
I also didn't know them. I saw the concert.
But when we got to Waterfront, I was asking myself, who are all these guys? We had to shut down the concert at 2. You know? So right now, look at something like Gondwana.
Yes.
Gondwana sold out Maasai Lodge. I saw the drone shots. And I was asleep. I wanted to wake up to go for the show. And the owner told me, have you left the house? I said, no. Tell me, don't come. So Kenyans assimilate things, and they take them up and they consume them. So I think we're going there, and we love to support our own, but we love to see some more. But I think with organization and for us to show the public that we actually know what we're doing, then the public gets more confidence in supporting us and being able to push it in the right direction.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think for the first time I'm getting even a much deeper insight of why we're not there and what we should actually get to get there. Because now, ukiangalia kuna watu kama wakina Gibagajaga hawaonekani, wakina Miracle Baby hawaonekani, and I don't know. I think after a hit song, we're now busy trending in scandals, which is rather unfortunate. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we'll be getting now deep, a little bit personal. What was his reaction when he got that first phone call about his appointment as an ambassador? Among his other questions, we'll see after the show, but this is Dr. Friday Tonight.